literally like kicks like I could feel its legs on my
Yeah.
head. It was it was crazy. I was like, "What the heck, dude?" Right? Always talk about, oh, who's the top 10 players, top 5, whatever. And the list goes back and forth, the arguments, of course, but I left Kobe off my top 10.
Our generation that saw Kobe play all 20 seasons and have that nostalgia and have that respect for him. Now we're becoming hardcore collectors in the hobby. And that's who we're going to focus on. Welcome back, hobbyists. We're back again.
Yep.
For another episode of the Hobby Bros Show.
What's up?
David here, Chris here. Back again, recording live. What you been up to, David? It's been a while since we see each other.
It has been a while. Yep. Let's see. Been up to a lot, I guess. But
any gym activity?
Yeah, well, so it was this past week. I think it was Tuesday. I'm walking to the gym. I'm walking out of the gym. It's like 7:15 in the morning. And I see this bird, this black bird, small little black bird flying toward me, right? Like literally flying toward me. Like, holy crap, dude. So I dodge out of the way. I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of weird. Then it comes back. It turns around and literally like kicks like I could feel its legs on my head. It was crazy. I was like, what the heck, dude? Right? Then I see it like coming back at me again, dude.
What do you think was attracting it to you?
So
a tree nearby or something?
I mean, there's trees by the gym, but I was reading that maybe it has to do with like it saw me as a threat, or maybe there were babies nearby and it thought like I was gonna I was trying to protect it, but I've never felt and I'm sure you haven't either, a bird's legs land on your freaking head, dude. It was, yeah, and the funny part, I just showered, right? Because I just left the gym. So I was like, oh man, now I'm gonna be dirty all day.
Well, luckily they didn't poop in your hair or anything like that. Then you would have to take a shower again, maybe.
Hopefully I'd have some disease.
Avian flu.
Yeah, good thing I don't share hats with anybody.
You don't even wear hats.
I don't even wear hats. But that was really like such an odd thing to happen.
Do you think you should start going to a different gym?
No, not at all. I'll risk it. I'll risk it.
You like having these stories. I get it. Well, lately I've been getting more into vintage.
Yeah, you have.
Specifically more like baseball. I know we don't talk about modern baseball all that much on the Hobby Bros.
Why not? Why don't we talk about baseball? Because you and I, well, at least me speaking for myself, I find baseball to be just such a slow sport for my taste. So it is a little boring. And you don't like baseball, or
I follow baseball, but collecting baseball cards, I don't think that's in our wheelhouse. We don't really pay attention. At least I don't pay much attention in detail to who the superstars are now.
Yeah.
To really understand who to chase. And
so, yeah, I don't watch baseball. I couldn't tell you any of the Giants play. I just know Ohtani, of course, but I mean, I really don't know any baseball. If they were to walk down the street right now and you were to tell me, oh, that's this baseball player, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool.
But vintage baseball players, I'm sure you would know, right? Like,
yes,
Mickey Mantle.
Well, we went to the Hall of Fame, right? We went to the Hall of Fame to
We
get
did.
your sound, which was cool. So we saw all of the vintage memorabilia players, their plaques, right?
Oh, yeah.
We saw Babe Ruth, which was cool. And we got pictures of it in our photo.
I'd love to go back again soon, right? That'll be another trip of a life.
We also went to the Baseball Hall of Fame and the football and basketball Hall of Fame. We went to both of those too. Definitely a trip. If you love sports,
got to do it.
I mean, you can't, I don't know how you can say you're a sports fan and like pass up that opportunity if you can, right?
Yeah.
I understand if it's expensive.
Yeah. So, vintage cards have become hot again on the hobby. And so I kind of wanted more background information on how these cards got started. So I did some research on some top sports card books to check out. And I found one on Amazon. And
tell us about this.
Amazon's pretty reliable. I mean, quite reliable, right? People depend on Amazon for a lot of supplies and things. So I said, why not? What about this book? Why not order it and check it out and see what it's about? Well, $5, $6 later, they send me this thing here.
All right. Looks like a good book.
Looks like a good book. And the cover got some it's a little deceiving when you look at it on Amazon on the computer, but in person, looks like it's been screen printed and all. But you look inside, well, as soon as I started opening the book, it's like more of a timeline, more of like a
Just bullet points.
bullet points, exactly like cliff notes.
Yeah, of sports card notes. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I mean, I appreciate that someone put this all together.
Or did they use AI?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, because as you were looking through it just a minute ago before we started recording, like there is no author listed. There is no, looks like there's no publisher listed as well.
I mean, it's just some bullet points with a timeline. Yeah.
So I mean, so I didn't. When I received it, it kind of took me by surprise. You know what though? When I did try to return it to Amazon, they did give me a refund. Credit Amazon, of course, always giving those refunds. But they didn't even want the book.
They're like, you know what?
Just keep the book.
Just keep piece of crap.
So I got it right here.
Well, another useless book that you have.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it's worth donating. Maybe it's worth donating.
Give it to one of the homeless people, and then they can read it or something, or donate to the library. Maybe someone.
The library, I do donate a lot to the library. My Beckett magazines, and again, I donate to the library too. I have
Such a humanitarian.
some other person out there might want to check that out. But you know who could become vintage later on down the line? I mean, it's guaranteed to become vintage.
Of course, with time.
With time. Another one of our GOATs in our GOAT series here, Kobe Bryant.
A player who I personally, doing more research, totally underrated.
The hobby for a while definitely underrated him. And I think even some people to today say that he still is a little underrated. Some of his, if I was in his card.
Oh, I think you and I had strategized and said we're only gonna start buying, the goats, and Kobe's one of them. I would say get in on it now. We bought what, three? I think three, two or three.
At least two or three, yeah.
Yeah, at least two or three recent Kobe pre Panini era cards.
And we do also have our own personal collection of a few of his rookie cards too.
That's true. That's true.
We pulled or bought when we were younger.
Really, the only Panini cards of his I would get, and where I think I'm out of the price range, would be autographs.
Yes, right. Unfortunately. And we'll talk in a little bit about
maybe a Crimson Silver, right?
But Kobe for the longest time and to this day is even in the conversation of the greatest of all time NBA basketball player, up there with LeBron, up there with Jordan as well.
So I have a friend who, of course, we debate sports, no doubt. And we always talk about, who's the top 10 players, top 5, whatever. And the list goes back and forth, the arguments, of course. But I left Kobe off my top 10.
And when was this?
Probably a few months ago.
Okay.
I left him off. I said MJ, LeBron, but of course, a bunch of other players. So, but doing more research, when you name some of the stats that you have, it's pretty incredible, his career.
It is crazy.
So if you think of all NBA, first team all NBA, meaning you were the best player at your position in the league, he has 11 of them. 11 first team all NBA. Steph Curry, for people out there, has 4.
Let me add to that. In total, all NBAs, because they also have a second team
and a third team. Yes.
In total, he has 15.
15.
He played 20 seasons total. So what's that? That's pretty much 3/4. 3/4 of his career, he was an all NBA player.
Yeah.
Top 3 in his position.
Probably his first couple of years, he was, still getting the hang of the league, or still adjusting. Right. He went straight from high school, which is incredible to say, too. And then maybe his last couple of years when he was on his farewell tour, just, not up to the standard of Kobe.
Injury seasons.
But talk about his offensive skill set. he was the remix to Michael Jordan.
He was.
He was the junior to Michael Jordan. And if we consider Michael Jordan the GOAT, why can't we say Kobe is in the top 10? Because he he basically did almost exactly what Jordan did in terms of
He did. He did.
I would say watching highlights of Jordan with I would say we both saw Kobe in his career in his prime now.
Mhm.
I I would say Kobe was a better shooter than Michael Jordan.
Okay.
He had that nice fadeaway.
That he copied also from Jordan, or that he mimicked from Jordan, right? That he had.
Jordan said this too. He's like, "Oh, Kobe steals on."
That sounds like something Jordan would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I was Kobe a better athlete than Jordan?
Oh,
Maybe.
maybe.
Jordan had he set the precedent. He set the bar, and I would say Kobe followed.
I
So
agree.
can Kobe ever be better than Jordan? I would say some Laker fan would probably say yes.
I would agree. I agree because he is. Or I mean, he has become the face of the Lakers, also the franchise, right? Kobe.
Do you think it's Kobe over at Magic?
I think it is Kobe over Magic for one unfortunate reason, that he's no longer with us.
Sure.
So I think there's still that's like
Nostalgia.
that aura of
Yeah.
him, even though he's gone.
And he was a shooting guard,
He was a shooting guard.
right? He played a sexier position.
He played, like we said a minute ago, he played 20 seasons, which is, I believe, much longer than Magic Johnson did.
Yeah.
In addition to that, when you compare him to MJ or even other people like in the franchise, Magic Johnson, you got to talk about the fact that he was a complete player.
No doubt.
But in a second, I want to add something to that too on the opposite end, right? He was a complete player, meaning he played defense.
Yes. Which so many people underrate. You have to
In the NBA, it's underrated.
in order to be great to me, you have to play defense.
Well, I don't know if you have to. I don't think you have to be great at defense, right? But you have to at least try. And you have to be effective on defense, where you just can't let the person blow by you every time.
Right.
In other words, the other team is not going to plan to attack you. Exactly.
Yeah. If you're the best player on your team, guys are going to feed off of your energy on defense. So play a little defense, please. Yeah. That's actually, sorry. That's one thing I love about the NBA is like you can make a sick play on offense, got to go back on defense. You know, it's not like football. Oh, I score all the touchdowns. Yeah, and I hope my teammates play defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, to add more context to why he has earned all defensive
First team.
So
we have a first, second, and third team defense.
as well.
First team, all defense.
9 times.
Nine. That's incredible.
Which is also tied he is tied with a few other NBA greats with 9 times the most all time. I think Jordan is in there with him as well. So, but when I mentioned a second ago, I wanted to add something to the other side of the equation, though.
Sure.
And that has to do with MVPs.
Oh, how many MVPs?
This is very interesting that I found.
One, right?
One regular season MVP, but
Okay.
2 finals MVPs.
Well, he did play with Shaq.
Shaq,
who won those. I don't think he won all 3 of them.
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure he did, actually.
Shaq?
Yeah.
May have.
Well, Shaq was just the most dominant
Because
player.
Kobe's 2 finals MVPs were the last 2 championships, the back-to-back.
Then Shaq, yeah.
So
when Kobe played with Shaq, Shaq was the best player. Shaq was the better player.
Well, he was the most. He was the more dominant player. I would say
he was the more dominant. / our game plan is to stop Shaq, right?
Yeah. You don't stop Shaq.
He's
you
just
stop Kobe. You have a better chance of
winning.
You stop.
No, yeah.
Sorry. You stop Shaq. You have a better chance of winning. You stop Kobe and not Shaq. You have a less chance.
I mean, Shaq would score 50 on you if you didn't have a game. Let's not talk about Shaq, but Kobe when he won his championships with the against the Celtics those 2 years, he was
Mhm.
by far the best player on his team.
Mm.
But the reason he only won one MVP, well, I don't know if it's the only reason. When I was growing up, a lot of my friends and we thought he was a ball hog.
You were not passed, right? That was the ongoing joke that he didn't pass the
But
ball.
here's I remember this story, or I remember this happening. There were so many media people. There was I don't know something about how he wasn't passing the ball and they were losing or something. And literally, like the next game, he goes out there and has like a triple double
Just to shut the media
just
up.
to shut them up. And I was like, "Yeah, Kobe, that's right." I thought that was it.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was it.
That's the sign of a goat. Like, they could just do it on command, and they make it look easy.
Another thing too is side of greatness. He could struggle through 3.5 quarters,
Mm,
but those last 3 minutes or so, when he needed a basket, he needed 10 points. He was going to make his shots. He was going to
Kobe's
get it.
there.
He was there. That he was clutch. Kobe definitely should be maybe in my top 10. Looking reevaluating it.
Okay.
And so with that, maybe you should buy his cards. Just saying.
Yeah. The reason, not only the fact that, well, what adds to his GOAT status and the reason why you want to buy his cards, the fact that he's a global icon.
Yeah.
So we know he has fans all over the world. And these fans are also going to be collecting his cards too.
So there'll always be a market for it
There will always be a market for it.
versus the vintage of a player who kind of was great now, but maybe will fade off with history and time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting though that I found on a kind of like a thread, a social media thread, as I was doing more background information on why Kobe's cards continue to just soar in value. Some of these people gave some pretty good insights, right? One thing I didn't think about is the fact that the we don't pay too much attention to is the fact that there are generations are changing in the hobby. So our generation that saw Kobe play all 20 seasons and have that nostalgia and have that respect for him. Now we're becoming hardcore collectors in the hobby. And that's who we're going to focus on. The generation before us may have focused on somebody different, like maybe Jordan,
Magic.
Magic. The generation after us, below us, maybe the millennials who have
I'm
seen.
a millennial. You're a millennial,
I
dude.
mean, technically, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
That's for another conversation.
Dude,
But
millennials.
anyways, what I'm saying
Edit
is,
that out. Edit that out.
the people,
Gen Z.
the people who are watching LeBron's entire career when they become, let's say, rich enough, but when they have the means to purchase his cards, that's when I think his market will again boom, much like Jordan has and Kobe is right now too. Because we see here on if we take a look at some of his sales and his trends, right in the last year, percentage wise, he's up over 130%.
Yeah.
His card sales. That's crazy. Just a year ago, these cards that are going for thousands of dollars, you could have bought them for a couple $100.
Yep. I think one reason is people know that they're not making any more Kobe cards. Right? It's a
Yes.
limited supply now.
Yes. I believe to add more detail that I believe 2017 is when they might have stopped inserting Kobe into sets.
Yeah.
If it's wrong, if I'm wrong there, I'll definitely edit and add that there. But I believe it's 2017.
And I think the psychology factor of just people saying, "Oh, I saw." People always want to believe what they're seeing right now in the present moment is the greatest thing they've ever seen. Right?
Mm,
They always, right? We talked about there's no perspective of history. They want to say right now is the best. So, and I saw the best. So that's why people who've never seen Jordan might not say he's the greatest.
Yeah.
they'll say LeBron, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm watching LeBron, right? It's like different sport, but boxing. People will say Floyd Mayweather's the best. Well, because you've seen him, right? You didn't see Harry Gar, or you didn't see Muhammad Ali, Jack Johnson, Sugar Ray Robinson, who people consider to be the greatest of all time. I didn't
Yes.
see Sugar Ray Robinson, but people anyway. Long story short, people will say right now, oh, these are the greatest players.
Mm-hmm. This is your.
They want to believe that, like, oh yeah, I saw the greatest player. Like, oh no,
So you think that I don't know if this applies the same, but like prisoners of the moment.
prisoners of the moment. Yeah,
Yeah, I totally understand that. I mean, personally saw Jordan play for the '90s, and when I was watching him, and even after he retired, I thought he was the greatest player ever because I didn't see people before.
Elgin Baylor, Will Chamberlain,
Hmm. Bill Russell.
Bill Russell, Oscar Robertson.
Hmm. Hmm. To add to Kobe's lore, though, he just had a record-setting card sale.
Yep.
Now, we know the insert set, the precious metal gems, PMGs they call it. They come in, I think, two colored parallels, green and red.
Yep.
Number, super short print. The green one just sold. The record was 3.15 million
Dang.
for the card. And
If I ever hit the lottery, man, I'm definitely investing in more sports cards.
it's not autographed. It's a chrome card, but it's not autographed.
It's not even a PSA 10. It's like a PSA 5 or
Yeah,
7.
yeah, that's correct. That's right as well. It's graded. It's a low grade to a very mid grade.
Well, CMGs didn't grade very well, but still, it's a very low grade or mid grade.
Yes, which tells me that as we get more auctions, as we get more sales, who knows if these actual grades are going to start to matter with these high end cards.
Sure. I don't think they do
Right?
because we saw the Jordan Kobe dual logo man autograph
Mm-hmm.
sell the record. That was not highly graded at all.
No, no, it was not. And that is going to continue to soar in value
That's what we're hoping.
because Kobe and Jordan, I think they have less autograph or dual autograph cards where they'd actually are on card autographs. I believe those are very scarce as well. And then you also have the triple, which includes LeBron.
Dang, that would
I'm
be
sure we'll get into another episode.
card. That would be a crazy card to get.
Oh, I've seen it on Instagram. You see it. There's. I know the investor who joined Kevin O'Leary and the third investor on that deal for the dual logo man, Jordan and Kobe autograph 101. His name is Shine. He owns one of the triple autographs, LeBron, Kobe, and
On card auto
on
too.
card auto.
Dang.
He owns one of them. Yes. In fact, he might own multiple copies of it.
Not too. What a greedy guy.
Right? So it's these numbers are outrageous to think about because the hobby is just blowing up right now.
That's what we're hoping, right? Is we're hoping second number. Our $200 Kobe card that we bought now will become a $400, $500 card. I mean, we cannot afford the $1 million card, the $100,000 card, obviously, but maybe one day.
One day.
This podcast will get so big that we will. One day.
What do you think, David? You have any final thoughts to wrap up on Kobe?
Not to wrap up on Kobe.
Status.
I just listened to today Steve Kerr's interview. He did an interview with the New Yorker magazine, and he talks basketball. Talks about LeBron and Kobe. I mean, LeBron and MJ. He played with MJ, saw LeBron.
Oh, okay.
And he says they're 1-2. He says MJ 1-2 in terms of the rankings.
Between him and Kobe or him and
No, between LeBron MJ.
Okay.
But
Like
thi
1A, 1B.
well, one being MJ, two being LeBron, are the greatest players. And he said they're two very different players, which is totally true, right?
Yes.
But I thought what he said about MJ was just like, whoa, this. He said what made MJ so great. I know it's not nothing to do with Kobe, but he said what made MJ so good was he said he could sort of sense the other team before they even played. The other team would sense that they were going to lose because they were
Huh.
playing Jordan. Like it was a psychological thing. Like, yeah, they got Jordan. We're going to lose.
So, I mean, that's half the battle right there that it lost, right? The psychological battle that we lost.
The fear factor that MJ instilled, just the way he described that, and I was thinking about it, like as I was driving, I was like, "Dang man, that's how good MJ was." Like the other team was like, "Yeah, I don't think we really have any hope."
And I have, and my final thought, build on to what you said, is the generation of players who played during Kobe's time. I think that's also that same fear they felt when they knew they were going to play against Kobe.
I don't think so. I'm going to disagree with you there.
You would disagree.
I disagree. I don't think. I think they knew Kobe could potentially go off of them and score 50 points any night, but I think the sense of like we're gonna lose, I don't think that was there.
Okay.
But agree and disagree. That's fine.
Agree to disagree.
Steve Kerr, if you hear this podcast, please chime in. Okay, you're the tiebreaker.
Actually, I was going to add something as well, too. Yes, Kobe and Michael Jordan cards are continuing to soar.
Yep.
Continuing to soar.
Invest in them, people. Invest in them, I think.
For sure. And it's interesting to hear Steve Kerr's perspective because I heard another person's perspective, a trainer, a big time trainer in the NBA, assistant coach, who trained LeBron, who trained Kobe, and of course, saw Jordan. And I'm going to say for the next episode, the last episode of our GOAT series, to kind of to give you his take on each of them because he compared them, but he didn't put them in necessarily the same categories.
Gotcha.
Phil Handy is his name.
I thought you were going to say Phil Jackson.
Say
Phil Jackson, I'm going to have to do more research on what Phil Jackson said between Kobe and MJ. I know he said Kobe was a better natural shooter or something like, or natural scorer, I think he said.
Well, those are some of the pieces of research we're gonna have to bring to the table for the last episode when we wrap it up with our last GOAT.
We're gonna wrap it up. Man.
LeBron James for basketball. So stay tuned for our next episode. But thanks for watching this episode and follow along with us. Drop any comments, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, please, and our Instagram at the Hobby Bros _show.
We have his QR code too.
Oh yes, the QR code by my lovely fat head here. You can follow us there. We did get a TikTok as well. We do have a TikTok account. Same at the Hobby Bros _show. Working on getting a Spotify account too and an Apple podcast as well. So that if you don't want to see this guy's ugly face,
you look just like me.
They zoom in more on you, not on me. But if you don't want to look at our ugly mugs, you can check us out there too. And we'll let you know when that's up and live. But until next time, thanks for checking us out. And remember,
keep the hobby alive.